This is Masvita Mara area at the Media Center down here in Phoenix, Arizona, as the teams prepare for Sunday's big Super Bowl matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. The teams today had their last practice in terms of public practice, and it was all both teams had full participation from the players. There were no injuries. And so what happens now is the players get a day off and with their family. So not a complete day off, but they get some time off. So family flies down and they spend a little bit of time with their family. And then teams will get together again on Saturday to get ready again for, as I said, Sunday. So it's a festive atmosphere here, but the players are now getting down to business. For the CascadiaSports.net Super Bowl report, for Rainier Avenue Radio World, I'm Masvita Mara Ere.
Do you have an idea for a community project in your neighborhood? You could be eligible for up to $50,000 in funding through the City of Seattle's Neighborhood Matching Fund. Grants are awarded to grassroots projects that build stronger communities, with an emphasis on projects led by impacting Black, Indigenous, and people of color BIPOC communities. To learn more about the Neighborhood Matching Fund or to see if your project meets the criteria, visit seattle.gov/neighborhoods/NMF.
I'm Paul Pearson, host of Star Time, and this is my real voice. Honest, you're hearing it on Rainier Avenue Radio .world.
Should have told her you were sorry.
Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities,
And this is what they had to say.
Generational wealth is having financial security and not having to worry about it for yourself, your immediate family, and future generations. It's a very elusive idea to me personally, because it's not something in my immediate experience, and it's only something that I'm learning about a little bit more in theory, and knowing or trying to know if that's like a real possibility for someone like me.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhoods Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio .world.
Create your generational wealth for you and the future of your families.
The beat of the Fox with nastiness is back on K-Fox Night Beat.
Yo, what's the deal? It's the legendary Hall of Fame DJ Mixmaster Ice from UTFO.
What's up? Who you thought this is? This is Sir Mix-a-Lot.
And this is Terry Lewis.
And I'm Grand Mixer GMS.
What's up, y'all? This is DJ Third Degree.
This is JJ Hudson from the High Children family.
Sunday nights from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's K-Fox Night Beat with DJ Nastiness.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Juan Cotto touching bases with you from the Royal Brome Pavilion, the Royal Brome Coliseum, and a building that tonight will be hosting the Metro League Basketball Championships and all of the excitement that goes along with it. And this is your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio .world, bringing you this exciting broadcast of the finalists tonight at 6:30 p.m. in about 2 minutes. We are going to have the Garfield Bulldogs taking on the Lakeside Lions. Garfield with a 15-1 record, taking on Lakeside that is 16-3. It should be a very exciting matchup of these Metro League Titans. Excited to be here. And the fans are just starting to slowly filter in to the pavilion. One fan in particular, the mayor himself is here. His honor, Bruce Harrell, his honor is here to root on these Garfield Bulldogs. Garfield, of course, is the centerpiece of this particular story tonight. The Garfield Bulldogs, not only in the girls' game, but, the Garfield, it's Garfield and Lakeside. The boys tonight will be Rainier Beach and East Side Catholic. So the mayor out here bringing in the fans for the Garfield Bulldogs taking on Lakeside in this exciting girls contest, which we are excited to see here. on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio World. In the background, you hear I believe that is the Garfield High School band, and they are obviously they're bringing the beat tonight. They are bringing the beat, so definitely the atmosphere in the building is starting to shape up. And as you know, on Rainier Avenue Radio World, the championship games usually bring the most intense and exciting atmosphere, and you're definitely starting to feel that. I saw that as I was walking into the building through the press gate of all places. I ran into Francis Williams. You see him so many times on Root Sports and in other broadcasts, the longtime coach at Rainier Beach, and what an impact he's had on the community, coaching Doug Christie and so many players at Rainier Beach. And he's here this evening. A number of vaunted characters are also here. Mark Haley, a Rainier Beach grad who one of the legendary football coaches in Southeast Seattle, is here. Asso is here, ladies and gentlemen. What a great dude he is. He and I coached at Highline High School. And we're just so good to see him downstairs. Hopefully we're going to grab lunch at some point and catch up and see what's going on in life. I haven't seen him in several years. So the beautiful thing about sports in Seattle is it renews so many acquaintances. And tonight is one of those nights. So here come the Garfield Bulldogs. Looks like they are going to be called out first. 15-1. We have Malia Samuels. She wears number 0. We have Star Smiley wearing number 1. Katie Fizo, star player there, wearing number 2, the Deuce. Novella Talbert wearing number 3. Jayla Anderson wearing number 4. MB Jones, another young woman that we've called so many times in games. She will be wearing the number 5 tonight. We have Shamia Shabazz wearing number 10. Sarah Lessig will wear number 11. Rakaya Jackson will wear number 20. Devin Hall will wear number 22. And Kashmina Bryant will wear number 23. Jada Lewis and number 24 for the Garfield Bulldogs. And they'll introduce their starting lineup first. The Lakeside Lions at 16-3. They have Emily Burkhart. She wears number 10. Sophia David wears number 11. Audrey Dunham wears number 12. Willia Chin wears number 20. Claire O'Connor wears number 21. Lily Brown wears number 22. Kyla Garmo wears number 23. Mia Broom wears number 24. And Allie Tay wears number 33. So we are looking forward to this exciting evening of action. I believe that the Garfield Bulldogs would be slightly favored in this contest, but these games, the emotional and the intensity of championship basketball, these games never really play out the way you think they do. So it'll be interesting to see how Lakeside stands up to Garfield.
Well, actually, they're one. They have both of these teams actually split their meetings this year, both taking their home games, and they have been the class of Metro in girls basketball. In fact, there are 3 squads in girls basketball this year that are heads above anybody else: Garfield, Lakeside, and Lake Washington.
There is Daniel Bellis filling us in on the information, and thanks so much, Daniel.
As you may know, last state championship, it was Garfield versus Lake Washington. And here in the Metro Championship, it was Garfield and Lakeside. So this is a repeat championship for the girls.
Oh, I love it. So this is a repeat championship, and it's so good when you have schools with, it sounds like schools with the lake on the back of their name or leading into their name. They seem to have an advantage.
Quite possibly. In fact, as far as these Lakeside girls are concerned, they actually lead all of 3A in points allowed. So they are an incredible defensive team. Garfield more on the offensive side of the equation.
Garfield's starting lineups being called out right now. You probably heard that in the background. Number 4, Jayla Anderson coming in. Oh, actually, wait a minute. No, they're calling the folks who are going to be. They're calling all the players right now, so they're just kind of going through the whole roster.
That's really nice of them.
Trey Simmons, the coach of the Garfield Bulldogs, and as we all remember him as a star player and a man who could really shoot the basketball at the University of Washington. Glad to see the community impact that he has. His number 24, Jada Lewis gets called for the Garfield Bulldogs. Number 24, she comes out and does a cool little hand slap with the girl at the end of the line. Here comes a sophomore, number 23, Camila Bryant.
And let's take a look at both of these teams and how they have performed in their this championship. Obviously, they both got first-round byes, so they got in that second round there. They've only played one game in the Metro Championship in the semifinals, and Lakeside took easily over Seattle Prep. It was 66-35, and Garfield with a domination over West Seattle. So, like I just said just a couple of minutes ago, these are the class of Metro League by far. No one's been able to touch them except for a battle amongst themselves. And this will be apparent on how these teams get seeded in the Seed King, because one of them is going to get the top seed and the other one's going to get the second seed. And as you can see on the bottom there, whoever wins this game will get that Metro 1 seed right there. And whoever loses this game will get the Metro 2 seed. They both get first-round byes, so win or lose, you don't really lose anything. This is all about bragging rights.
The Metro League tournament is, as many of you know, the feeder into the Sea King District Tournament, as we will take a few moments here to go ahead and listen to the national anthem. Obviously, a recorded rendition of the national anthem. I want to say that was the Garfield High School band, but that was not. That was a recorded rendition.
A little anticlimactic.
It was. I was going to, sure people on the broadcast are probably wondering, I couldn't even come up with a band it was done so well in the classic style.
Yeah, there's so many wonderful singers here in the area.
And
you could pick just one of them to perform
I'm sure probably one of them in this audience right here.
Oh, I'm sure somebody has a good voice.
Well, trust me, I've been to a couple of those homecoming events at Garfield High School, and there's some voices there, let me tell you. Looking forward to this contest, though. Here comes the starters out for Lakeside. Garmo, Broom, O'Connor, Chin, and the ball is tipping. It's curled in by Kayla Garmo with the basketball, and here she comes to attack the Garfield defense. Spread it out down low. That's number 20. That is William Chin. Chin out to Garmo. Garmo over in the corner. That's 24. That is Mia Broom with the basketball. Outside shot looked at by number 22, Lily Brown. Oh, and that's the point guard, number 23, Kayla Garmo. She stepped on the line trying to chase that basketball down around midcourt, and she gets called for over and back. So 7:35 to go. We just tipped off here at Royal Brome Museum. Here come the Garfield Bulldogs. Working the ball around. That's number 5. That is Indy Jones. Inside into number 11, Lessig, and the ball gets blocked. And here comes Lakeside with the basketball. 24, Mia Broom with it. She goes inside. Flips the ball out to the wing. Nice dribble drive there by Chin. Chin, ball gets worked out back to the point guard there. That is Mia Broom. Mia Broom with some nice dribble moves, but Garfield's defense is solid. Ball flipped out right to number 20. That's off the rim, no good. That was Chin with the shot. Chin misses, and Garfield's got the basketball. Here comes number 5 with it up the floor. MB Jones over in the corner, just inside the three-point line. It's a miss by Jada Lewis, and here comes Lakeside with the rebound. That is Kayla Garmo with the basketball. Broom takes the ball to the top. Works to her left. Heavily guarded. Garfield playing man-to-man. Open shot for number 21. That's a three-pointer by Lakeside's Claire O'Connor, and that gives her the first basket of the night. 3-0 Lakeside out on top. Claire O'Connor with a three-point shot. Garfield now working outside. Nice little dribble drive move there. Flips back across the floor. It's 24 with the basketball. Jada Lewis flips across back to Bryant. Bryant knocks one home. Bryant. Lakeside up 3-2. So the game, as Daniel described, is going to be a close basketball game. Two titans of the Metro League. And Garfield coming out in man-to-man pressure. Nice little dribble drive move there by the Lakeside guard, Mia Broom, and she's bumped into. And this is going to be the first foul called on number 23. That looks like Camilla Bryant is going to be called for the foul. It's her first foul. First shot by Mia Broom is good. That makes the score 4-2. If you just joined us, we've just gotten started. Second shot is good. Broom knocks down both her free throws. And that makes the score 5-2 Lakeside. Garfield with the basketball. Bryant out to Fiso. Fiso to the top of the key. Ball's dropped in to Jones. Jones down low to Lessig. And let's see what they call here. Looks like they called a travel. So that's one turnover. That goes to a Lakeside with the basketball. Coming up the floor right now is number 24, Mia Broom. Goes over to the left side. Starts working down, see if she dribbles in. Tough pressure by number 2 from Garfield, Katie Fiso. Ball goes down the ground, a scramble play. And looks like that is going to go after the jump ball or the alternating possession. It's going to go to Garfield. So Katie Fiso with her defense and her long arms creating a little bit of defensive pressure. And now she's bringing the ball up the floor. Fiso over on the left side. Flips the ball. Cross working around real quick at Garfield. Number 5, that is MB Jones with the basketball. She tries the right side, gets blocked. Number 24, that's Willa Chin with the block there. And here comes Lakeside back up the floor. Garmo with the basketball. Hands off. Flip to the outside. Nice looking dribble move there. Nice underhanded layup by number 20, Willa Chin. Flips the ball out to number 23, Garmo. Garmo gets the ball out on top to Kayla O'Connor. Claire O'Connor misses the layup. Nice move, acceleration, just missed it, and unfortunately reached in for a foul. So just a wonderful hustle play there by Claire O'Connor. Just couldn't convert and ended up picking up a foul. Tough trip down the floor for her. 4:22 to go in the first quarter. Your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. The Garfield Bulldogs taking on the Lakeside Lions. We are at Royal Brome Pavilion on the campus of Seattle Pacific University. And a travel gets called. Traveling on number 23 for Garfield. That is Camilla Bryant. Unfortunately, just took an extra step of the ball and got called for it. 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Here comes number 21, Claire O'Connor. A little bit of a shove there. They're getting a little physical out here. Those are like physical basketball. Claire makes a nice dribble move down the left side. Lays it in. And one. Claire O'Connor, what speed taking on that first step. Accelerates, and all MB Jones could do is reach in and try to stop her, and picked up a foul. Here comes the free throw. It is good. So Lakeside goes up 8-2 over the Garfield Bulldogs on a three-point trip down the floor by Claire O'Connor. Ball goes outside. Here comes Garfield. Fiso over to the right. Flips it over to Lewis. Long jumper from Fiso. Katie Fiso. And we've seen her get hot before. Katie Fiso wearing the number 2 for Kobe Bryant's daughter. Unfortunately, perished with Kobe Bryant in that plane. Back in a neat story that Fiso had played against those kids. She was coming up through the high school ranks and just always thinks about that situation and meeting Kobe Bryant. Nice little play by Jones. Jones dribbles in. Ball goes down. Nice play on the floor by O'Connor. Flips the ball over to number 20. That's Willa Chin. Chin with the basketball. Goes outside to the corner to number 24, Mia Broom. And Mia Broom knocks down a three-pointer. That makes the score 11 for Lakeside, 5 for Garfield. 11-5, 2:45 to go in the first quarter. Ball worked around inside. They're looking for Jones. The ball is deflected. She picks it up, throws it up, and it bounces off the rim. She gets her own rebound. Fighting. MB Jones makes a bucket. That makes the score Lakeside 11, Garfield 7, 2:23 to go in the first quarter. Nice little dribble drive by Chin, but she gets deflected. And nice-looking ball handling skills, bringing the ball back up the floor, Sarah Lessig. Lessig out to number 23. That's Tamia Bryant, whose three-pointer goes over the rim and bounces out into the inline there, and it's going to be Garfield's basketball. Actually, looks like it went off of a Lakeside defender. 2:10 to go, first quarter, 11-7. We just started going here at the Brome Pavilion. Here comes number 24, Jada Lewis with the basketball. And I like a person who just keeps shooting. I like a girl who just keeps shooting. Tamia Bryant, she missed everything, and she had a little bit of shade thrown at her from the Lakeside student body. The ball goes out of bounds. This time it's going to be Lakeside's basketball. And if you're a shooter like us, you have no conscience. Keep shooting it, girl. Keep shooting it, Camila. Go in. 11-7 Lakeside. 1:53 to go in the first quarter. Your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Here comes a nice little dribble move by Lakeside's number 22. That's Lil Brown. Throws it across over to Claire O'Connor, who misses her shot. Here comes Garfield up the floor with the basketball. Here comes Fiso. Fiso makes a nice little crossover move. 14-footer, misses everything, and it'll go out of bounds. It'll be Lakeside's basketball. 90 seconds to go in the first quarter. So this game is as expected. It's close, and it's going up and down the floor quickly. Both teams aren't working in offense. They're not there. They are finding open shots, trying to get to the basket and shooting the basketball. Here comes Chin. Chin across court over to O'Connor. O'Connor with a little fake pump. Throws it back out to Chin over the left wing. Throws up an 18-footer. It's off the rim. No good. Here comes Garfield with the basketball. That's Lewis with the rebound. She's pushing. Gets a little shove there. Little shove from Claire O'Connor. I think that's going to be Claire's second foul. Just a little one. And probably real frustrated that she did that simply because they was only trying to set up their offense. Just one get a little away from her, and that's Claire's second foul according to my books. Fiso works the ball in. Here comes our girl number 5. That was Jones with the basketball. She lost it, and here comes Chin back up the floor for Lakeside. Flips it out over to her little friend over there. That's Lil Brown. Lil Brown got her shot deflected, and here comes Garfield back with the basketball. Fiso flips it over to number 0, who's in the ball game. That is Amalia Samuels, who misses her shot, and it looks like it goes off of a Garfield player. That's what the arbiter said, and it is now Lakeside's basketball. 35.9 seconds to go in the first quarter. Lakeside up by 4, 11-7. Lakeside, for those that are listening on the radio dial, they are moving from their left to right. They are wearing maroon jerseys with the kind of Vegas gold, I guess I call that, kind of a yellowish gold color along with it. And then, of course, Garfield in the traditional white jerseys with the purple Garfield across. Ball is being whipped around by Lakeside. Unfortunately, it's thrown away, and here comes Samuels with the basketball. She comes across the timeline with 15 seconds to go, flips it outside to number 11, Lessig. back to Samuels. Samuels misses a shot, and MB Jones gets a rebound, but she misses it, and it looks like they're going to call jump ball. And that should give the ball back to Garfield. It was number 21, Claire O'Connor, and it was number 5, MB Jones. And actually, the ball is going to go to Lakeside with 6 seconds to go. So here comes the basketball up the floor. That's number 24, Mia Broom. Broom makes a nice little dribble drive move and throws it in from the elbow. An elbow jumper by Mia Broom. I should say by Lily Broom. That's her first 2 points of the night, and that puts Lakeside up 14-7 over the Bulldogs after the end of one. Mia Broom came running that ball up the floor, took a nice little step to her left to get inside, right by the elbow, and threw it in. And just like that, they have a 7-point lead going to the end of the first quarter. Juan Cotto and Daniel Bellis here at the campus of Seattle Pacific University, which of course is the home of the Metro League Championships. And we've been here so often calling games over the years, and always the excitement and the intensity of the night. The Metro League Championships on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
And we're just getting started. Obviously, this is the girls' championship. After this one at 8:30, we will broadcast the boys' championship, which features 2 teams that did some big upsets in the semifinals, Eastside Catholic and Rainier Beach, when they both upset O'Day and Rainier Beach and Garfield, respectively.
What could have been a coronation in the city for the Garfield Bulldogs was knocked off rails by Eastside Catholic. And always exciting times in Metro League basketball, and there's just so many teams, hard to pull these district championships off. Here comes the shot from MB Jones. It's off the rim, no good, but a nice little rebound there by number 24 for Garfield. That's Jada Lewis couldn't get it in, but now the ball gets back outside on top to Fiso. Fiso with the basketball. Goes out the right to Samuels. Samuels goes cross court to Fiso. Inside to Jones. Jones works that basketball into Lewis, and looks like they're going to call a foul there. Maybe a little bit with the body, just kind of trying to push. That was number 12. That was Audrey Dunham with the foul, and she probably pushed a little bit with the hip, and they called the foul on that. Inside to MB Jones, and there's a basket. Jones with her 4th point of the night, and that makes the score 14-9. Garfield down by 5. Here comes Lakeside, and real nice spacing on their side. Here's the ball out to number 20. That's Chin with the basketball. Chin makes a move inside. Flips the ball back outside to O'Connor. O'Connor drives the lane again, and this time she is harassed by Lewis and MB Jones, and it looks like the ball went off of MB Jones as they were scrambling for it. It's going to be Lakeside's ball underneath the basket. Mia Broom is going to inbound. 7 seconds on the shot clock, by the way. Trying to work. She works outside to O'Connor. O'Connor with the basketball. 3 seconds on the shot clock. She makes a nice little dribble move, turns around. Ball hits the front of the rim and bounces away. And a nice play there by Garfield's number 24, Jada Lewis. She got the rebound, was falling out of bounds, and bounced the ball off of a Lakeside player. It's going to be Garfield's basketball coming back up the floor. 6:45 to go in the second quarter. Here comes Fiso. Fiso out at the top of the key. They're whipping that basketball around. Samuels on the left side sinks a 3-pointer. Malia Samuels for Garfield hits 3. That makes the score Lakeside 14, Garfield 12. Now they're starting to whip it around a little bit. O'Connor at the top of the key. She drives in, makes a nice little spin move, gets swatted away by Lewis. Ball goes out to the right side. Nice little dribble move after a fake shot by Broom. Ball goes up to the rebound, and here comes Garfield up the floor. Megan Fiso working her magic, but a little too much. Got the ball stripped away. Here comes Chin up the floor now. She gets it into the corner, and they start whipping it around again. O'Connor on the left wing. Heavily guarded by Fiso. Nice little dribble drive into the lane. Fiso blocks it. Chin with the rebound. Throws outside. for a long three-pointer by number 23. That was Garmo, but the ball goes off the rim, and here comes Garfield down the floor, and a nice little fast break, just like they taught us in Catholic school. Nice shot by Malia Samuels after a nice little play there, running the ball down the floor. Samuels scores her 5th point of the night, and it looks like Lakeside needs a timeout. Garfield 14, Lakeside 14, and Garfield starts this second quarter on a 7-0 run. Looks like Lakeside did not want a timeout, so they're just coming. I thought she was going to call a timeout, but they didn't. So now they're just waiting. They will take it. They're going to take a 30-second timeout just to kind of settle things down. As we remember just a few moments ago, actually 2 minutes and 20 seconds ago to be exact, the score was 14-7. Garfield was down by 7 points, only scoring half of the points that Lakeside scored in the first quarter. Now we go 2 minutes and 20 seconds later, and Garfield has run off 7 straight points, and they've tied the ball game.
Yeah, it was definitely a domination by Lakeside in that first quarter, definitely taking Garfield out of their game. This is a team that averages 65 points a game, and they only put up about 9 in that first quarter. So definitely off of their thing, but it's straight up what Lakeside does, and they keep their scores low, and that's what they did in that first quarter.
Rainier Avenue Radio.world, Juan Cotto, Daniel Bellis, Seattle Pacific University, your community radio station, our community radio station, talk, world music, fresh juice if you'd like that. We love a little fresh juice around here. And we love a little basketball. We tell the story of our kids on a weekly basis. Usually we had football. Now we've got basketball. We'll be doing baseball. Show a little bit of everything. And here comes Lakeside taking on Garfield for the Metro League Championship here in Seattle. Ball goes out to her right. That's number 24. That is Mia Broom. And Mia Broom hits a long three-pointer. And that makes the score 17-14. And MB Jones goes down the floor. She makes a layup, gets fouled, and there's no quitting these Garfield Bulldogs, isn't there? Kayla Garmo picks up the foul. That's the little guard for the Lakeside Lions. That's her first foul. And that's going to put Jones at the line with the purple number 5 on her back. Bends her knee. She fires up, and it's off the rim. No good, but wait a minute. Let me see what they said. I believe they said a lane violation. Be a lane violation against Lakeside. And that is going to give MB the basketball again. MB bends her knees, throws up, it's off the rim again. And this time Lakeside comes down with the basketball. Long pass. Boy, that was a nice pass there by number 24. That was Broom with the long throw, but Lakeside decided to work it out. Chin, now Broom, long three-pointer. It doesn't hit anything and goes out of bounds. It'll be Garfield's basketball. Down by a point. 17 Lakeside, 16 Garfield. And here comes Samuels. She will inbound the ball to Miss Katie Fiso. And Fiso's working it up, just kind of slowly moving towards the right-hand side of the court over on the right wing. Flips the ball up to Emby. Emby playing up on the high post. Nice little dribble drive move there by Lewis. Lewis gets fouled by number 20. They're going to call a foul on Willa Chin. And that's going to be her first foul of the ball game. Oh, they call it on Mia? Mia Broom. Called that foul on Mia Broom. I thought that was Chin that was going on before. And that is a little bit of a problem for Lakeside, because that is 3 fouls on Mia Broom. So here comes number 12 of the ball game, Audrey Dunham, checking in for Mia Broom, and Mia's probably going to have to sit out the rest of the quarter with 4:50 to go in the second quarter. The first free throw by Lewis was good. The second one was also good. So Jada knocks down 2 of those free throws. And that makes the score Garfield 18, Lakeside 17. Here comes Chin being guarded by Fiso. She moves to her left. Looking for O'Connor at the top of the key, but settles for throwing it out to Brown over on the side. Here comes Chin with the basketball, dribbling from the right wing down the middle. She finds this gal, number 22. It looks like they call traveling. Tried to flip the ball to a Lil Brown, but got called for traveling. So here comes Megan Fiso back up the floor. Did I call her Megan Fiso? I mean Katie Fiso up the floor. She's dribbling and closely guarded by 3 Lakeside players. Nice little dribble drive move by Sarah Lessig. She finds Samuels. Samuels finds Jones. Now they work the ball to Fiso. They'll start all over again. Fiso drives to her left, throws up a shot off the rim, no good. Nice looking rebound by Lewis. Lewis corralled herself, made a nice little move, and puts one in for a basket. And that makes the score Garfield 20, Lakeside 17. So now Lakeside with the basketball. That's Claire O'Connor. Looks like they're going to try to work it, but a ball is tipped away by Garfield's number 11, Lessig. Here comes Fiso up the floor, gives the ball to Samuels over in the left corner. She settles everything down, and they'll start anew with about 21 seconds on the shot clock. Fiso with the basketball, top of the key, dribble drive. Little Michael Jordan type of push-off, didn't get called. Samuels gets the pass from Fiso. Ball goes up to the top of the basket. I'm surprised they didn't call it. And now there's a little scramble play as Lewis goes down to the ground, and it's going to be a jump ball. The arrow goes to Lakeside. It'll be Lakeside's ball with 3:20 to go in the first quarter. Lakeside down by 3. A 13-3 run by the Garfield Bulldogs has put them up 20-17 on your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. We are at Seattle Pacific University. This is the Metro Basketball Championships, sponsored by Fresh Juice.
Hey!
If you like world music, we have it on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. If you like entertainment talk, if you like political talk, and is it going to be a political year on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world, with all these city council races going on? Seems like people are jumping out of that position, and man, I think 15 people already lined up to run, so it's going to be a fun summer of talk on Rainier Avenue Radio.world as here come the Lakeside Lions with the basketball. It's number 23, Kayla Garmo. Gets to O'Connor. O'Connor to Chin. Working a little triangle on the right-hand side. Chin, nice little job dribbling the basketball. Flips out to Garmo. Garmo gives it to O'Connor, and she faked the three-pointer. Comes down the left side and flips it in with a nice little left-hand flip. Kayla Garmo. Nice little left-hand flip. That makes the score 20, Garfield, 19 for the Bulldogs. I'm sorry, 20 for the Bulldogs, 19 for the Lions. Now the Lions strip it away, playing a little bit better defense. Here comes Chin with the basketball. Chin moving up the floor. Flips it out over there to Dunham. She gets it back, and now they go to O'Connor at the top of the floor. O'Connor looking for trying to work Lewis down the middle. Flips it out to Garmo. Garmo with the long three-pointer, and it is good. Kayla Garmo. Kayla Garmo with the three-pointer, and that puts Lakeside back up on top 22-20. So now this game is starting to take shape, but it's starting to trade leads a little bit. MB Jones with a nice little move. She goes down the right side, stops, looks for someone over the outside. That's Lewis. Lewis on the wing. She comes into the paint, throws up a wild shot, gets her rebound. The ball goes out of bounds off of O'Connor, and that will be Garfield's basketball with 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Garfield 20, Lakeside 22. Off of the three-pointer by Garmo, 1:58 to go in the second quarter. And let me tell you something, this game is going fast. Garfield tried to throw it inbounds, but Fiso fell down, and here comes Chin up the floor. Chin flipped over to O'Connor, but unfortunately O'Connor did not get her feet set and was called for traveling. That's when you come right up the floor and you just put on the brakes, and everything doesn't stop. And unfortunately, the feet didn't stop, and they called that one a travel. So with 1:51 to go in the second, it looks like Garfield Bulldogs call a timeout. And it will be a full timeout. And let me tell you something, this game is flying.
I need a timeout. This game started at 6:30, and we are literally 1 minute and 50 seconds away from a halftime.
Man, these girls are running up and down the floor. Obviously, both high-tempo offenses and just really getting after it. So this is fun to watch, actually.
Our own Maz Vida is definitely happy he's covering the Super Bowl right now and not repping this game.
Mas Vida Marare, and I just heard him just before we came on the air, and he's down in Phoenix, Arizona, the People's Championship. The Phoenix Open is going on at TPC Scottsdale, and you've got everyone down there for a small football game this weekend. Here comes Katie Fiso with the basketball.
Oh, yeah, very small one.
You may have heard of it. The ball is thrown across the court. A long flip by Camilla Bryant gets tipped out of bounds by number 22, Lil Brown for Lakeside. Beat Garfield's basketball with 19 seconds to go on the shot clock. 1:38 to go in the quarter. Fiso flips over to Lewis. Lewis, a couple of different moves, didn't go anywhere. Lewis to Fiso. Fiso back to Lewis. Lewis comes across the free throw line. Hands the ball off. There's in the corner over to our friend Imby Jones. They do a little exchange, and it looks like, you know, when you're playing this fast, sometimes your feet get moving a little bit. It's almost like a little bit of a street game. And when you're playing that fast on the street, they don't call that. But when you have a regular basketball game like this with 3 officials, it gets called. So that was traveling. 22 Lakeside, 20 Garfield, 1:11 to go in the second quarter. And that ball gets stripped away by Garfield's Lewis. And O'Connor goes hustling down the floor. Nice little steal by Lewis, and as she was kind of looking for somebody to dish off to her, make her move, O'Connor came from behind her and knocked the ball out of bounds. Fiso over to Lewis. Lewis has an open 3, but she passed. Here comes Imby. And Imby knocks it down for 3. That makes the score Garfield 23 and the Lakeside Lions 22. Imby with, I count 8 points for Imby right now. Jumper by O'Connor out from the top of the key. It's no good. She gets her own rebound. Moves down the line. And does it go in? It goes in. But they call traveling. Take the points off the board. They call a travel. And O'Connor likes to use that left hand coming down the lane. Kind of reminds you of Lenny Wilkins a little bit. Using that left hand all the time. She's a really, really good, powerful way she comes down that key. Just couldn't keep her feet under her that time. Garfield working the basketball. Here comes Fiso. Fiso to the elbow. I thought she was looking for a pass, and Sarah Lessing just didn't have her eyes turned to the basketball, and it goes over her shoulder into the hands of Lakeside. Lakeside working the basketball. Here is O'Connor with the ball with 8 seconds to go. Takes the ball in the right hand, tries to dribble down, goes down over towards the top of the key, makes a couple of nice dribble moves, stops, pops, off the rim, and there you go. That will be the end of the second quarter. It is the Garfield Bulldogs 23, the Lakeside Lions 22 on your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
As we were anticipating, you know, both of these squads, they may be having different dichotomies on how they view the game, but definitely the best opponent for each other. An offensive juggernaut in Garfield, second place in points per game, and Lakeside, you know, leading 3A in points allowed. So definitely a great game for the girls, and Garfield's own mayor here. Bruce Harrell's here.
Championships bring out all the celebrities, and as Daniel pointed out, besides Daniel and myself, the mayor is here. The mayor, Bruce Harrell, the 1978 Rose Bowl champion. And what a career he had, what a career in law he has had, what a career as a civil rights activist and leader of our community. Now mayor of the city of Seattle. And sitting there, he's talking to fans all over the place, and once again, the championships bring out the dignitaries. The championships should bring out the dignitaries, Daniel. It's good to see how people are supporting basketball.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure there's a couple other figures out here that we just don't know who they are.
Besides us, of course.
Yeah, quite possibly, man. Checking in the comments here, we do have some love for the Lakeside Lions here by Pamela Olson. Go Lions. Hey, if you're a Garfield Bulldog fan, jump in those comments there and show your team some love. We'll throw your comments there on the screen as well. So feel free to root your team on, your favorite player. If you're watching for your kid or something like that, shout your kid out. Any of that, just use those comment section, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. After tonight's after this game, we have the boys Metro League Championship game going down, and it's featuring two teams that upset some more than people thought were better teams than them in the semifinals, with Eastside Catholic taking down previously undefeated Garfield, and Rainier Beach taking out O'Day. So now they meet for the Metro League Championship, two teams that we thought weren't going to be there. But 14-8 and 13-8, similar seasons. They split the regular season against each other, with both of them taking each of their home games. And that'll go down at 8:30 here at Seattle Pacific University. Also, at Rainier Avenue Radio this month, all month long, is the Black History Month Museum. Call to Conscience Black History Month Museum. Come down to the Columbia City Theater from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Tuesdays through Sundays. You can check it out for that. And we have a little video clip for you to share about all the wonderful things you can expect from the Black History Museum, the Call to Conscience Black History Museum at the Columbia City Theater.
Celebrate Black History Month at the Call to Conscience Black History Month Museum, formerly Columbia City Theater, 4916 Rainier Avenue South. Call to Conscience Black History Month Museum features exhibits and installations. It's a guided tour. Installations include the Seattle Black Panther Party, the Black Heritage Society of Washington, the Rainier Cinema Black Movie Poster, Jimi Hendrix Family Installation, the Seattle Griot Project, BlackPass.org, the Hartsfield Family Slave, the Seattle Black Firefighters, an exhibit of the Seattle Black Elected Officials, Tacoma's Buffalo Soldiers Museum, Keith Flywright Williams Photography Collection, the Royal Esquires, a Negro League baseball display featuring the Seattle Steelheads. Of course, there will be your community keepsake and memorabilia. Tuesdays through Sundays from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. There will be no other location where you can celebrate the achievements and the achievers of the Pacific Northwest and Seattle while recognizing the Black excellence that shines today. For more information, visit RainierAvenueRadio.world or call 206-290-9685.
I'm trying to get the attention of the mayor of the city of Seattle, Bruce Burrell, see if he will come up here and have a little chat with us.
Pamela Olson checking in with some more love for the Lakeside Lions. You got this, Lakeside. Let's hear your roar, Lions. More Lion love there from Ramatu MD, Lion Pride, smiling face. All right, Garfield Bulldogs, where you at? Where you at? You need to check in. Let's show your team some love. We're all getting domination from the Lakeside Lions, man, even though the Garfield is leading this game by 1 point. Let's see. We got about 5 minutes away from the second half of action, so let's do a little bracketology, will we? As you can see, we're looking at the Sea King District 2 starting tomorrow, and both of these teams here will be getting their first round buys and playing their first games on the 14th here in 4 days. The winner of tonight's championship will play the winner of Holy Names versus Hazen, and the loser will take on the winner of Seattle Prep versus Ballard. So there you go. That's your who you're going to play in the second round. As you can see, Lake Washington, who was dominating the Kingco this year, have their first round bye, and they're already locked in. They will play on the 14th as well with that first round bye and host the winner of Eastside Catholic versus Roosevelt. And West Seattle was the third seed out of Metro this year with a victory over with a victory over Seattle Prep just a couple of days ago to get that first round bye. They'll host the winner of Juanita versus Bishop Blanchette. Those February 11th games tomorrow, which are hosted by a higher seed, are all loser out games. But those first round byes, they all win or lose. You still have another opportunity to make it to state, and 6 will make it out of District 2. In District 3, District 3, there we go. 7 teams will go to state, but remember, that's about 4 different leagues, actually. You're talking about the North Puget Sound League. You're talking about the South Sound Conference, the Greater St. Helens, and as well as the Pierce County League. There we go. 4 different leagues there, and even Bainbridge is involved in that too. So 7 teams out of the District 3 and 4 will go to state. They are actually playing their round one games tonight. Those are not loser-out games, so whether a team wins or loses tonight in the 3-4 district, they are still eligible for that championship. Let's go to District 1 there in the upper corner of the state. 5 of those teams are going to state, and they're actually in their second round. They are playing their second round games tonight, and those are not loser-out games. So win or lose, you still get to move on and be eligible for that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams still eligible. 5 of those will go to state. And in the District 8, only 2 teams will go out of state, out of Greater Spokane and from the Mid-Columbia, and that is 8 teams, and only 2 of them will end up going to state. They're going to play their first rounds tomorrow, and that's out of the District 8 right there. So we, of course, are live on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio, here at Seattle Pacific University. A very close contest. The Garfield Bulldogs lead by 1 point after a 3-pointer there in the final seconds before the half by Garfield to put them up by 1 score. There we go. We got some love for the Dogs. Mike Kelly, thank you. There we go. Some love for the Dogs. Mike Kelly, feel free to keep rooting on your team throughout this second half of basketball, which should be going on in about less than 2 minutes away from that action. Of course, we got Juan Cotto here.
Daniel, your impressions of the first half.
Well, it was a tale of 2 halves, if you will. You know, Lakeside was dominating that first half. It kept the score low, more defensive-minded, taking clutch shots, taking their time. Garfield rushing the court, high-speed offense, trying to score as much as possible. More domination in that second quarter.
You had Claire O'Connor for number 21 for Lakeside. I have her with 6 points. Mia Broom has 8 points, and she's been shooting the 3-ball a couple of times and doing it well. For the Garfield Bulldogs, it's been MB Jones down low, and Malia Samuels hit a couple of shots, including a 3-pointer, to give her 5 points. MB has 8 points, and I tell you, if Lakeside, if they can control the turnovers a little bit, a couple of traveling calls and a couple of turnovers, and I think that's really impacted them so far. Be interesting to see if they can just slow things down just a touch and take care of the basketball. Garfield, I think they like the way that first half went. That's what we're hoping anyway. I think that Garfield enjoyed that first half just in terms of how they played. I'm going to go ahead and stand up a little bit and stretch out my back and keep my legs moving. And here come the Bulldogs, and that is the starting 5 that came out in the first quarter. That'll be Fiso, Jones, Lessing, Bryant, and Lewis. And Lakeside comes out with their familiar 5, Chen, O'Connor, Little Brown, Garmo, and Broom. So here comes Fiso with the basketball. And it looks like a little bit of a 2-3 zone now for Lakeside. So Lakeside shifts into a 2-3 zone defense, and Garfield starting to work it around a little bit. There's Fiso at the top of the key, being pressured. And she goes ahead and takes a long 3-pointer, and it rattles home. And she flips over to the Lakeside fans, a big 3 to show them, and that puts them back on top 26-22. Dribble drive move, and she was looking for a foul from Lakeside. That was Garmo. And here comes Garfield down the floor really, really quickly, and MB Jones misses a reverse layup. Here comes O'Connor with the basketball, and O'Connor extended her right arm and knocked Lewis to the ground, and they call the foul on O'Connor. So that will be her second personal foul, and that makes the Garfield basketball at a 4-point lead with 7:15 to go in the third quarter. Now the steal, just a sloppy pass, and Garmo steals it. Gets the ball inside to her little number part there, Mia Broom. Counterpart, number part, 23 and 24 is what I'm talking about. Here comes O'Connor. O'Connor bumping and jostling with Lessig. Throws the ball up, and it's over, but a nice rebound by Chen. Chen throws the ball up, and it bounces around, falls off the rim. And that is going to be 2 shots for her with a foul. It looks like number 23. And that is going to be on Bryant, and she picks up her second personal of the game. 2 fouls now on Bryant. The first free throw from Chin. Soft as a feather going through the net. That makes the score 26-23. Cuts Garfield's lead to 3. Here comes the next one. Benjamin Neeson all net there. Number 23, Kayla Garmo with 2 free throws. Here comes the basketball. Lewis dribbling it, and a nice hustle move there by Lakeside trying to harass her. But there goes the ball inside to the free throw line to number 5. That is MB Jones, and she gets hacked on the arm by number 22, Lil Brown, picking up her first personal. So Lil Brown fouls Jones, and Jones to the line. The first free throw goes all the way in and all the way out. MB Jones misses the first one. 26-24 now. Garfield with a 2-point lead. MB bounces the ball, spins it in her hands, throws it up, and that's all nothing but net. 6:34 to go here at Seattle Pacific University on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Lakeside with the basketball on top of the key. That is number 24, Mia Broom. Broom with the basketball. Looking for O'Connor and Chin. Nope, she decides to go ahead and take a jumper from the top of the free throw line. It's no good. Garfield corrals it. That's Lessig with the basketball. Sarah Lessig brings the ball up the floor. And she hands it off to Fizo. Katie kind of messes with her hair a little bit, gets everything back in shape. Flips the ball over to Lewis on the right wing. Lewis finds Joan inside. Lessig. They look like they're going to try to go to Lessig a little bit. Ball goes off of Lewis's hands as he was chasing down an errant pass. That'll be Lakeside's basketball. So it looks like they were trying to isolate Sarah Lessig down low. It'll be interesting if they go with that again. 5:54 to go in the third quarter. Here comes Lakeside up the floor with the ball. It's Mia Broom with the basketball. Gives the ball to O'Connor at the top of the key. O'Connor down the left side. Her favorite, O'Connor. Claire O'Connor picks up her 8th point of the night. Going down the left-hand side again, and she lays that ball in. 27 for Garfield, 26 for Lakeside. Fiso to the opposite key, and Lessig comes up and plays. Shows she can go up there. Here comes Lewis with the basketball. She flips over across to MB. MB for a three-pointer up the rim, no good. Nice hustle by Lewis. Lewis throws up a shot and gets blocked by Chin. MB gets the rebound and misses it, and here comes Lakeside up the floor. And a kick in the basketball. You know, it just looked like I was watching the World Cup. Jada Lewis just went ahead and kicked the ball, and it will be Lakeside's basketball. I think a number of fans are going, can you do that? Obviously not. This isn't the World Cup. This is basketball. 27 Garfield, 26 Lakeside on your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Mia Broom with the basketball. She goes to her right over the wing. Creates some space to give the ball back to O'Connor at the top of the key. Closely guarded by Lewis. Gives the ball to, what a pass by Broom, but it's broken up by number 23 for Garfield, Bryant. Nice pass up the floor to Jada Lewis, and Jada Lewis is everywhere right now running around. Nice pass to O'Connor as they come back up the floor on the left wing. She's making a couple nice little dribble moves. Obviously, everyone's watched the Gannon Baker video these days. Down the left side she goes. She throws one up off the rim. No good. Rebound. Here comes Fiso with the basketball. Fiso gets the ball to the middle of the floor. Now she goes over to her left. Nice little between the legs dribble move. Throws up a shot. Goes off of the rim. And what do they call? What do they call? Are they calling the foul on Chin, or are they going to call the foul on Fiso? I think they're going to call an offensive foul on Katie Fiso. And that is her second. That's her first foul. I had first foul, and it is her first foul. She's saying a play, as we used to say in the day, a player control foul. I guess they're going to call a charge. Here comes Chin with the basketball to the right on the right wing. Nice couple of dribble moves. Throws the ball over to Broom. Broom with the basketball just right of the top of the key. Outside on the right wing. Nice steal by that girl again, Lewis. Lewis flips it up to Fiso. Fiso on the left wing. Jumper rolls in. Nice soft rims. Hits the backboard and goes back in. Making the score Garfield 31, Lakeside 26. And Miss Fiso scores her 5th point of the night. Nice little dribbling here at the top of the key. Oh, a big collision between the 24s. That's Jada Lewis and Mia Broom running into each other. And the foul's going to be on Jada Lewis. And that's Jada's first foul. So the foul's starting to come in the third quarter as the legs are starting to tighten up a little bit. Here comes Broom at the top of the key. She's guarded by Fiso. Long three-pointer. I would have been taken out of the game if I shot one like that. Off the rim, no good. Here's O'Connor down low, makes a nice little dribble move, turn with the left hand. No good. Rebound. It looks like it's coming to Garfield. That will be number 23, Kamina Bryant. Bryant with the basketball. Flips it over to Fiso, and Fiso in her purple Nike basketball shoes. I think those are Kobe Bryant's. They're low cut. They look nice. Being guarded by little number 22, Devin Hall. Flip out to Lewis. Lewis cross court over to Bryant. Inside back to number 5. That's Imby. Imby with the miss. Gets a rebound. She and Sarah Lessig fighting. And out of the pile comes O'Connor with the rebound. And here comes Lakeside back up the floor. O'Connor goes to the right side. Starts dribbling towards the top of the key. Jada Lewis all over her. And it looks like they're going to call 5 seconds. A closely guarded 5-second call. And Daniel, how often do you see that nowadays?
Man, I don't know.
I don't see the 5-second call very often, and certainly saw it there. So they went ahead with the 5-second call. 31 Garfield, 26 Lakeside. Metro League Championship on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio .world. Lewis with the shot. No good. It just was an elbow jumper, went over everything. Bounced into the hands of O'Connor. O'Connor coming down the lane, and she crashes into Sarah Lessig. No call. Chin with the basketball, drives into the key, right at the GNAC logo. And looks like her aggressiveness got her the call. Foul is going to be on number 23 for Garfield. That's Kamaya. Kamaya Bryant picks up a foul. And I think that is her third foul. And this is going to be Willa Chin, with a soft free throw. Willa Chin just throws those free throws up there so nice and soft. And that one just hit nothing but net, nothing but nylon, as we used to say in the neighborhood. Bends her knees again. Right in the middle of her shooting, there was a whistle. And looks like they called a lane violation against the Garfield Bulldogs. I'm sorry, it was against Lakeside, so that's going to be Garfield Bulldog basketball. 31 for the Garfield Bulldogs, 27 for the Lakeside Lions. Ball being worked around. There's Katie Fiso working against Willa Chin. Nice looking Euro step. Nice looking Euro step by Katie Fiso. Picking up her 7th point of the night, and that will be Garfield 33, Lakeside 27. Here comes Broom with the basketball. Plays a little exchange with her partner there, and she throws one in herself. Mia Broom throws in her 10th point. That makes the score Garfield 33, Lakeside 29. Here comes Fiso with the basketball. She's closely guarded by Lil Brown. There is MB with the basketball. She flips it over. There's Samuels in the corner. Shot that she likes. A shot that she likes. And Malia Samuels, 8 points. Put Garfield up by 7, 36-29. A minute and 2 to go in the third quarter. Here comes Lakeside with the basketball. That's Broom. Broom with her three-pointer. It's off the rim. No good. Rebound goes to Lessig. Lessig up the floor to Fiso. Fiso at the top of the key, pulls it back out, looking to set something up with 44.3 seconds to go. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Here comes a screen for her by Lessig, but Fiso goes down the key, throws the ball out to a wide open Lewis, who misses it. But Samuels, the shortest player on the floor right now, hustles underneath the basketball in her number 0 Garfield Bulldog jersey and throws that in. That will be Garfield 38. The Lakeside Lions 29 on Malia Samuels' 10th point of the night. So here comes the Lakeside Lions. That's Broom looking to get the ball in, guarded by Lewis down the lane. challenged by everybody, misses it. Lewis with the rebound. She tries to throw down the floor to Samuels, and the buzzer rings, but the Garfield Bulldogs in the third quarter break away a little bit on a 15-6 run, making the score the Bulldogs 38 and the Lakeside Lions 29. Juan Cotto, Daniel Bellis, Seattle Pacific University. The Falcons at the Royal Brome Coliseum. Place that you've been with us so many times. We love coming here and calling basketball here. They treat us well. They treat us well for our shows, and it's just great to be here. And right now we are seeing a classic basketball game. The Garfield Bulldogs in the third quarter, they break out a little bit. It's 38 for the Bulldogs, 29 for the Lions. Buzzer gets sounded. And Daniel, it looks like Garfield did what they wanted to do. They kind of forced Lakeside into some turnovers, and they took advantage of it.
Yes, they did. If Lakeside wants to win this game, they got to lock down this Garfield offense.
Kayla Samuels coming off the bench and throwing in a three-pointer and a two-pointer, 5 big points, and that certainly has separated the two teams as we're going into the final quarter. So here we go. The Lakeside Lions inbound the basketball. That's Broom with it. Broom with the basketball, dribbling towards the top of the key. Flips the ball to O'Connor. O'Connor flips back out, trying to get the ball to Broom, and she's got it. Throws it inside to Chin. Chin on a beautiful pass on a cutting O'Connor for a backdoor, and that makes the score the Bulldogs 38 and the Lakeside Lions 31. So they cut the lead to 7 on a beautiful backdoor play. Here comes Garfield. That's Samuels with the basketball. Flips it down to Emby. Emby goes into the lane, throws it up, and that went over Chin's back. Emby went over Chin's back, and I think that's going to be her second foul, if I'm not mistaken. It is. Claire O'Connor picks up her 10th point of the night. Hanging in there, Claire O'Connor with that left hand down the lane. Boy, she knows how to pick that ball up, and she's very, very quick off the dribble. She's guarded by Lewis right now, and she's looking for a little bit more space as she backs away. Flips the ball to, that is number 24. That is Mia Broom. Broom with a long three-pointer. Off the rim, no good, and there's 2 Lakeside Lions fighting for it, including O'Connor, and let's see what they call. They got the basketball, and they're going to call a timeout. So nice little hustle play by the coaching staff to get that timeout, and now they're calling everybody together on your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. You have Juan Cotto. You have Daniel Bellis, and we are in the shadow of Queen Anne Hill, Lower Queen Anne, on the north side of Queen Anne, not to be opposed to the south side of Queen Anne, where the Seattle Center and the Seattle Kraken and all that stuff going on. We're over here on the north side where we have Seattle Pacific University. And they are taking on right now the Garfield Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs are up by 7 with 6:59, in other words, 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. And we'll see what this Lakeside Lions team is made of. And their talented guard, number 24, Mia Broom, has the basketball on the end line. Flips it out to O'Connor. O'Connor on the right wing. She dives into the lane using that left hand again. Makes a jump stop, Euro stop move, and throws it in. Claire O'Connor with 12 points tonight. Cuts the Garfield lead to 5. Here comes Garfield. Here comes Lewis. Lewis over to Samuels. Samuels with the fake. Was looking for that. She's hot right now. Lessig for a three-pointer. Off the rim. No good. Here comes O'Connor with the basketball. O'Connor gives the ball to Brown. Brown to Chin. Chin up the floor. Willa Chin flips it back over to number 24, Mia Broom. Broom moves to her right to get to the wing. Claire O'Connor wide open for a 3. Off the rim. No good. Fiso had the basketball. Gets knocked out of her hands. And, yes, they give it. Willa Chin knocks it out of Fiso's hands. It'll go to Garfield. And here comes Lewis with the basketball. She's coming up the court. 6:14 to go to be Metro champions. Haven't been here in a couple of years. Daniel Bellis and I saw a couple of classic games 2 years ago. We're back tonight. A nice pass across the floor. Lessig gets the basketball, dribbles down the left team. Nice little turnaround spin move. Off the rim, no good. Here comes number 24. That is Mia Broom with the basketball. She takes the ball herself up the middle of the floor. Gets to the free throw line. Dribble drive. Goes out to Willa Chin on the left side. Chin over down the lane goes number 23. Kayla Garmo. Kayla Garmo picks up her 5th point of the night. Garmo with 5. Cutting the Garfield lead to 3, 38-35, 5:30 to go. Here comes Fiso. Fiso in the corner to Lewis. Lewis, they're all looking for Imby or Lessig. Samuels, who's had a big night tonight. Long jumper by number 2, Katie Fiso. Katie Fiso says, I'm in the house. So slow your roll, Lakeside. 41 for the Bulldogs, 35 for Lakeside. Doubles their lead from 3 to 6. Let's see here. Does she have the answer? No, O'Connor does not have the answer. And it looks like Lessig is going to be called for going over the back of Lil Brown. That's Lil Brown. And compared to Lessig, she is Lil. Lessig has got at least, I want to say, if I'm being polite, about 8 inches taller than her, but went over the back. And that'll be her first foul. Here comes the basketball out in the corner. Nice play inside to O'Connor. O'Connor's got a number of little cute moves to separate herself from people. This is her 14th point of the night. That'll now make the score Garfield 41 and Lakeside 37. Ball being worked around. That is our friend Imby with the basketball, but I think there was a hold on the inside. Willa Chin looks like she's going to be called for a foul. Willa Chin gets called for a hold, and that's her first foul of the night. Garfield inbounding the basketball, flips it outside to Lewis. Lewis over on the right corner flips down to a cutting Imby. Imby Jones knocks that one down, and that's her 10th point of the night. And we have a 6-point lead again for Garfield, 43-37. 4 minutes and 16 seconds to go. Couple of nice little dribble moves at the top of the key by, wait a minute. Mia Brown was dribbling the ball, and it looks like did they call the 5 seconds? They called the 5 seconds to closely guarding, which you rarely see in basketball anymore. A number of people are shaking their head. The NBA, I think they can dribble up a whole clock that way, but now in high school basketball, they call things a little bit closer. Samuels was trying to get the ball to Lewis. Lewis did a nice job of catching it and keeping her feet in bounds. Tried to throw up a little shot, but it didn't go anywhere, and O'Connor got it. Now she's being pressured in the backcourt. Flips it out to Willa Chin. You only have 8 seconds to get the ball up. Did she get it? A timeout is called. Timeout is called? Is a timeout called. Looked like they were concerned about the inadvertent whistle. Looks like they were going to try to call timeout, and they blew the whistle to call timeout, but then that stopped the play, inadvertent. Nice little dribble move by Broom. Hands the ball off to O'Connor. O'Connor with a nice little up and under move. And she is fouled by number 24, and I think that's Jada Lewis. Yes, Jada Lewis. Jada Lewis picks up her second personal foul. And O'Connor, she's got a nice little array of moves down low, doesn't she? She can spin move on you. She can go up and under, and she's real tough to defend down there. As the first free throw is no good. I think that goes with the legs starting a little tired here in the fourth quarter. Here's the second shot, and it goes nothing but net. So that makes the score 43-38, and Claire O'Connor knocks down a free throw. Here comes Fiso. She's at the logo, bringing the ball up at the top, flips over to Samuels. Samuels closely guarded by Chin. They're not going to let Samuels take open three-pointers anymore, that's for sure. Fiso on the left wing, flips it over to Jada Lewis. Jada makes a nice little stutter step, throws the ball up the glass, no good. Here comes Chin with the basketball. Chin, now the ball is in the hands of O'Connor, running down the left lane. And what a reverse by O'Connor! Claire O'Connor comes down on a Euro step off of a pass from Lil Brown, and it's now 43-40 Bulldogs. Lessig off the rim, no good. About a 14-footer, she just missed. O'Connor with the rebound. Here comes Lakeside, number 23, Garmo. Garmo gives the ball to O'Connor. She goes down the right side this time, throws it up with her left hand, off the rim, no good. Emby had the rebound knocked out of her hands. Here goes Fizo off the deflection. She's in the lane, throws it to Samuels. Samuels with the stutter step and throws it in. Malia Samuels with her 12th point of the night. Garfield, 45. Lakeside, 40. O'Connor makes a drive in from the corner, flips back out. Long jumper by Broom, no good. Rebound Lessig. And here comes Fiso walking the ball up the court, closely guarded by Chin as he comes across the timeline. 1:58 to go. 2 minutes on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Juan Cotto, Sarah Lessig throwing the ball into the basket. Nice pass from Emby. Nice pass from Emby. Sarah Lessig lays it in. That's her first basket of the night, believe it or not. And that makes the score 47-40. And the Garfield band is starting to crank it up a little bit. Juan Cotto, Daniel Bellis, Seattle Pacific University's Royal Brome Gymnasium Pavilion. It's a beautiful building down here. And this is where everybody is at. And oh, here he comes. Here he comes walking in. The dean of Rainier Avenue Radio.world, Tony B. Tony B is here. Let's have no fear. We're looking at Garfield and we bring some cheer. Don't get me going because I can't rap. Claire O'Connor has been fantastic with a variety of moves down low, underneath, in the paint, keeping everybody together. And here she comes again. Actually, this is Broom. Broom with a nice little turnaround. Broom turns around, picks up her 12th point of the night. That's 47 now, 42 Garfield. Here Fiso making a couple of nice dribble moves and gets the ball over to Samuels on the right side. Samuels looking inside, flips the ball over to Bryant, and they're going to call a travel on Bryant. She went to go to the basket. When she stopped, her pivot foot slid, and they called that travel immediately. 1 minute, 19 seconds to go. Lakeside down by 5. How close can they come with 1 minute and 19 to go in the fourth quarter? Here comes Mia Broom bringing the ball up the floor. She's got Katie Garmo with her. She's got Lil Brown with her out on the floor. She's got O'Connor, of course. Makes a couple of nice dribble moves. Fiso guarding her. Flips it outside to Garmo. She puts the ball on the floor and gets taken away. Picked up by Samuels. Samuels went down and got it. And Fiso is now with the basketball. Assuming that was Lil Brown that lost the ball. Here comes Fiso into the key. Flips it over to Sarah Lessig. They call no. Looks like they're going to call a foul on Chin. They're going to call, no, they're not going to call. They're going to call number 22. They're going to call Mia Broom with the foul. They call Mia with that one. Maybe they did. I think they called Mia Broom with that foul, and they do, and that is Mia's 4th foul. So that's a tough one for Lakeside with 51 seconds to go and down by 5. Mia has 12 points tonight, so you want to try to keep her somewhere close in the ball game. Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Tony B is in the house. And the Garfield band is starting to feel a little bit. And if they're not feeling, I'll tell you what, they are setting the percussion sound through this. Lakeside, number one, they've got to get a couple of missed free throws. They're rebounding the basketball pretty well. They're just getting a little out of control. I'm saying that just very, very lightly. They're just getting a little out of control. I'm hoping they're going to try to keep the ball in control and keep themselves in control. Lessig receives the ball from Lewis. Lewis takes it to the top of the key, and she is pushed. She is pushed on purpose by Kayla Garmo. So they're trying to slow down the game a little bit here, and they're going to try to make Garfield shoot some free throws. And in the second half, that is only Lakeside's 5th foul. So to get them on the free throw line, they've got a couple more to go. Trey Simmons over there watching this real close. Fiso with the basketball, guarded by Broom. And Broom reaching and trying to grab. Here comes Garmo. Garmo tried to foul it. She couldn't do it. Nice move by Fiso to the basket. Katie Fiso lays that in. Here comes Lakeside down the floor now. Nice little dribble move by O'Connor. O'Connor takes a step to her left. She throws it in. 18 points for Claire O'Connor. And there's a whistle in the backcourt as Fiso is bringing it up. The score now 49 for Garfield, 44 for Lakeside. Garmo picks up another foul. 19 seconds to go in the ball game. That's Garmo's second foul. Kamaya Bryant checks back into the game. And Kamaya's played a big-time game for them in a variety of different roles. Flips the ball over to Kamaya as we speak. In her purple Garfield Bulldog Nike Kobe Bryant low-cut shoes. And the impact that man had on the game of basketball, especially with these low cuts. We all wore those big high ankle covering tennis shoes, and Kobe said, no, you don't need to wear all that. Just wear these. Tape up your ankles. First shot rolls around the rim and good. Bryant. And I have her with 3 points on the night. 3 points. Lessick ready to check back in. Here comes the next one. It's good. Lessick checks in for Kamaya Bryant. 18.9 seconds to go. 51 for the Bulldogs, 44 for Lakeside. Here comes Room up the floor. Dribbles to her right, throws one up at the top of the three-point line. It's no good. Sammons with the rebound, and she's going to take a foul by Lil Brown. And the mayor and the Garfield faithful, I think they're starting to kind of taste this one. It is 11.4 seconds to go. Here comes Samuels. Malaya at the line. 12 points tonight for Malaya Samuels. She dribbles it once, spins the ball in her hand, dribbles it again. There was a shot. Nothing but net. 13 points for Malaya Samuels, and she has been somebody who's really added some instant offense for the Garfield Bulldogs tonight. And Trey Simmons wants a timeout to sit down and chat this out a little bit. 11.4 seconds to go in the fourth quarter on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. The mayor of the city of Seattle is here tonight, Bruce Harrell. And if you love politics, you have it on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. And like I said, 16 people now signed up to run for the Seattle City Council. Teresa Mosqueda running for the King County Council. It is going to be a summer of politics, a summer of political talk on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Tonight, the story of our kids. The story of our kids playing a little basketball. Here comes Malaya Samuels. See if she can add to her 13 points. And she does. 14 for Malaya. And that's 11.4 seconds to go. Broom is going to look to inbound the basketball. Gets it in. Lil Brown flips it back to her. Now she's running up the center of the floor. O'Connor heavily guarded by Fiso. Wide open jumper by Chin. Willa Chin knocks down a three. And that's going to do it. That's going to do it. The champions of the Metro League in 2023 are the Garfield Bulldogs by the score of 53-47. The champs of the city of Seattle. The Garfield band is making percussion. The first teams, the all-star teams, have been announced in the Mountain Division, the girls division, and you saw some players here tonight that were on those teams. Katie Fiso, the first name from Garfield, she is going to be the Mountain Division leader right there. Claire O'Connor, Mia Broom, who played fantastic basketball for Lakeside tonight, they're also on the team. Isabel Sullivan from Eastside Catholic, and MB Jones. They headline the girls mountain division all-star team or all-metro team. In the sound division, you have Camille Chappelle, who's the MVP. Katie Fiso, who's coming out to get the trophy for Garfield. She was the MVP of the mountain division. And here come the Garfield Bulldogs, the champions of the city. The champions of the city, the Garfield Bulldogs, on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio .world. And what a tremendous basketball game tonight. In the second half, the Bulldogs really came out and they defended the basketball and they protected the basketball. They just didn't have a lot of turnovers. They were able to get key rebounds and just really out-hustled Lakeside in the second half. So the champions of the Metro League, Trey Simmons, the head coach, and University of Washington Husky legend. There is the guru. There is the guru himself over there, Bill Ellaby. And boy, is he an ambassador for basketball in the city of Seattle. The sound division, all Metro League teams. The opposite division, you had Camille Chappelle of Franklin, Giselle Dollar of Roosevelt, Neville Hamburg of Franklin, Fahima Mohammed of Chief Self, and Ellery Burke Brown of Roosevelt. Those were the all-star young ladies in the sound division. So the sound MVP was Camille Chappell of Franklin. So what an exciting night and what an exciting opportunity. What a wonderful night of basketball in that first game. And here's the man himself, Tony B. Tony B, how are you, my friend?
Juan, championship basketball, man. It doesn't get much. Well, I guess we do eventually go to state, but feels like it doesn't get much better than this.
Oh, I tell you, the intensity and the speed of what that game was just played at. And our congratulations to the Garfield Bulldogs. I mean, what a fantastic basketball team. So extremely well coached. And our hats off to Lakeside, too. They really put up a great fight. And O'Connor and as our man Daniel pointed out this week or pregame, our man, our young lady here for it was Claire O'Connor, but Mia Broom, they were as good as advertised. Really came out and played well. So just a tough game towards the end for Lakeside, but a big night for the Bulldogs.
I'm excited, Juan. The league this year has been bananas. Garfield, I'm talking about the game coming up with Rainier Beach and Eastside Catholic. Garfield appeared to just be unbeatable at one point. Rainier Beach, as you know, stranded over the holidays in Las Vegas, 4-4. They talk about how it helped the team, it brought them together. They were excited. Then they come back, first game after not practicing, not playing. They lose by 30 to Garfield. And here they are in the championship. Just goes to show you.
We were having conversations about that before the game, Tony. There are no easy outs in the Metro League.
Yeah.
You're playing against professionals every night. You have tremendous players on every single team. And at that top four level, O'Day, Eastside Catholic, Rainier Beach, Garfield, you're going to see tremendous basketball games that could go either way.
So you look at the record and you see Eastside Catholic 14-8, Rainier Beach 13-8. Well, you're thinking to yourself, okay, they're playing each other. Mm-hmm. And then they play tough games outside of the conference as well. So I'm really looking forward to that.
This is going to be a fantastic basketball game. It's going to be a basketball game of tremendous energy. I was at the Rainier Beach game the other night when they played O'Day, and it was two simple things to me. Number one, they executed their offense very well. And number two, Tony, they didn't turn the basketball over. And when Rainier Beach kind of plays within the confines of Mike Bethet's structure, they always have a chance.
Again, I don't want to underestimate. This team was stranded in Las Vegas for 7 days. 7 days, missed the Christmas. They came on the station and we talked about it, and each of those individuals talked about the level of accountability and responsibility that they had, and they were not going to let this be something that brought their season down. They all felt like this is going to make us a better team. And so, it just goes to show you, when you have things that don't go your way, those things can be growth experiences, learning experiences. And Rainier Avenue Radio, when the game starts, hey, it's going to be 100, may the best team. But again, just giving credit to that team and letting folks know, if you don't know, that's what happened to that program. For them to turn it around and to come together, that's what sports is all about. Sometimes people underestimate that about the bonding.
It's also a testament to their basketball coach Mike Buffet,
of course,
and of course their athletic director George Foster, and and also Corey Sampson and all the guys that are down there associated with Rainier Beach athletics. And like you said, Tony, they got faced with adversity and they dealt with it, and they've come back stronger as a team. And as you point out, they've taken some tough losses too. I mean,
right.
You take a 30-point loss to Rainier Beach, you figure, maybe this isn't our year, but they went back and they put some effort in, and they put some effort into their work, and now they're here at the Metro League Championship game.
So, of course, the Metro Championships is a big deal because it's the Metro Championships. But when the seeding happens, moving to the state tournament, watch out for the Metro League.
That's Tony. This is we've had conversations with so many people about this. We got the guru Bill Ellaby here. We've got Pat McCarthy here, the commissioner of the Metro League, Tara Davis here, his assistant, and just naming names that are here tonight.
I saw John Beauchamp earlier, the father of Marjan Beauchamp with the Milwaukee Bucks, who are playing tonight, and he was telling me, how hey he's playing tonight. But these relationships go back for years. They go back deep. They go back decades. They go back generations, and it all culminates here tonight at the Metro League Championship.
What a game it was. Lakeside jumped out early in the first quarter, took a 14-7 lead. Garfield came storming back, scoring the first 7 points to tie the game in the second quarter, and then they held on to have a 1-point lead at halftime, 23-22. Then Garfield in the second half really exploded right there in a 15-6 run in the third quarter, and then they held on as Lakeside tried to make a couple of runs. They held on to win the ball game, and Garfield is now the Metro League champion for 2023. The all league teams were being announced here at Seattle Pacific University, and Tony, I was saying he was here tonight. I don't know if he is still here. He's probably out celebrating in the hallway with the team. Bruce Harrell is here, and it's great to see the mayor. His honor is here, celebrating the stories and the effort of our youth in the community. And I was just saying that if you like politics, Rainier Avenue Radio covers politics, Tony.
Oh, yeah.
And Tony, with 16 people running for the Seattle City Council, there's going to be some political talk this summer.
Well, the thing that I say, if you listen to our show and you don't like the politics, it's a reflection of our community. If you listen to our radio station and you do like the politics, it's a reflection of our community. We live in a very diverse community.
And if you don't like, if you like it or don't like it, you're always able to share your opinion on Rainier Avenue Radio, and a lot of you take advantage of that. Let me tell you, it's going to be a very interesting year. And it'll be interesting to see how the Seattle City Council changes. Obviously, with just about every seat that is a non-citywide seat, so there's 2 citywide seats. So the rest of them are only Tammy Morales Tammy Morales is running for her seat, but I think the rest are all open. So it's going to be a very, very, very interesting political year this year in the city.
I'm going to put in a shameless plug for the John Yasutaki Show, Seattle Here and Now, where you can hear a lot of those conversations every Thursday at 6 o'clock on Seattle Here and Now with John Yasutaki, the Sean Tessner Show, another show politically oriented. And the thing about it, when you have 80 shows hosted or produced by members of your community, any show can break out into a political conversation out of anywhere,
accidentally or intended.
So we have a show, Seniors Matter, which is about senior issues. But if you're a senior, the issues that you are talking about have a lot to do with legislation. You know what I mean? Whether it be housing, affordable housing, number of different issues. So that's the thing about our radio station. We're not a one-size-fits-all, you know exactly what you're going to get with this radio station. Sometimes folks say it's a train wreck, and that's okay.
And what happens if I get thirsty or if I want a glass of fresh juice?
Well,
where can I get some fresh juice?
Every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. And why should I talk about it when the host of Fresh Juice is here? So
wait a minute. If I'm thirsty,
Daniel Bellis.
If I'm thirsty, I can open up my refrigerator and get some fresh juice. Wednesday night.
The hip hop show every Wednesday night. Fresh Juice comes on, and just a wonderful show hosted by our own Daniel Bellis. Where you get interviews, you get the latest music, you get local artists, you get national artists, you get up and comers.
There is hosted by our man D Money, and OG Mambo, and Pint Size Patron, and ID yourself.
I'm gonna take off here, Juan. I just saw you. Great job, and I'll be back for the Garfield didn't. Eastside Catholic. Rainier Beach basketball game. I will say, though, before I go on, I want to remind everybody to stop by the Call to Conscience Black History Museum. 14 different installations, everybody from the Buffalo Soldiers, Negro Leagues display, the Seattle Steelheads. Lots of folks don't even know Seattle have a Negro League team. I know you know, Juan, how big Seattle was, how big baseball was in Seattle. Joe Staten, I can go on forever.
Billy North.
There's a display by the Seattle Black Panther Party, Aaron and Elmer Dixon. The Black Heritage Society of Washington has a display on Jackson Street Jazz, which, as you know, Juan, I'm sure, Seattle was a hub for jazz in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. Early, actually starting since 1912. Dizzy Gillespie. This is where Ray Charles cut his teeth. Of course, we know Quincy Jones, Ernestine Anderson. There's so much all in one place at the Columbia City Theater, now called the Black History Month. Call to Conscience Museum. You can go to calltoconscience.world. That's calltoconscience.world, and you can register in advance, or you can just walk in. And I'm telling you, Juan, that when you put something out there like I'm about to say, you have to be able to back it up. We've had news coverage. The comments that we get, Juan, range from amazing to incredible to must see. And here comes Pat McCarthy. I'm going to give Pat my headphones so you can sit down and talk.
That is the man himself, the legendary Tony Benton, the dean of Rainier Avenue Radio, and he definitely said it. Come see this Call to Conscience event. And we are here now with I like to call him the commissioner of the Metro League, but I guess he would probably prefer it if I could use his real title, which is the director of athletics for the Seattle Metro League, and that is Pat McCarthy. And Pat, what an exciting basketball game for the first one. It's going to be hard to top that.
Yeah, it was great, wasn't it?
Boy, the Garfield Bulldogs really dug in, showed their resolve. And, boy, I tell you what, Miss Broom and Miss O'Connor, two great basketball players for Lakeside, just threw everything but the kitchen sink of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, but just a well-played game,
my
on
goodness.
both sides, Both teams were, I thought, really were well executed on offense, and both teams played great defense. And that's the kind of game you're going to get when you got teams playing as well as they are.
Everything that a championship game should be.
Exactly.
Pat, you have the mayor here tonight. How exciting is that to see the mayor come and support the kids in our community?
Well, we just have a lot of great people here tonight, including the mayor. The mayor is very supportive of our school district, and we're appreciative of him coming out.
Give us a brief state. We had President Biden give us a State of the Union the other night. If you can give us the outline, maybe 3 bullet points for the state of Metro League athletics.
Yeah, well, we're in a good place right now for kids. They're all working towards the end of the season and trying to get as many accolades as they can. So, our basketball teams now are competing for a state championship. This is the first step in the Metro League and the tournament. And now we move on to the seeking district tournament for our basketball teams, and then it goes to regionals and state. The other sports, we had the swim championships tonight. Gymnastics will go off tomorrow, and all the kids that are working so hard in the sports that they're participating in are trying to achieve as high as they can go, whether it's a state championship, district championship, or just placing, that's the part that we're in right now, and it's a really fun time for the kids.
I have a show that you may be aware of with Mick Hoffman on Tuesdays.
Absolutely.
And we discuss Metro League statewide athletics and a variety of different things in the WIAA. And one of the things that we talk about is venues. And Pat, I tell you, what a great venue for the Metro League Championship. How is the relationship with Seattle Pacific? And will we be here? Because I love coming down here for this particular week of basketball.
Yeah, thanks for saying that, because we do have a very good partnership with Seattle Pacific University, and we've had the Metro Championship. I was thinking about it. We've had it more than 25 years here. So we're very appreciative, and it's a great facility to watch a basketball game. We're also appreciative. We have another good partnership with Bellevue College, and we'll have a lot of the Seeking tournament stuff over there. That's another great venue and so forth. So we have great places that we think that we host these games, and we think it's a great place and a great experience for kids and parents to come. So.
No question about that. And just give us a rundown. So the Seeking District Tournament will be next week, and that's going to be all out at Bellevue Community College, or now Bellevue College.
The tournament starts actually on Saturday.
Okay.
And Saturday's games are big games for a lot of the teams, because they are at home sites for the higher seed, and they're loser out games. So, and those games, the winner of those games this Saturday will feed into the tournament that will be at Bellevue College, and some of those games will be at Lake Washington. After Tuesday's games, the tournament will be on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and all of those games will be at Bellevue College.
After the Seeking District Tournament, does the WIAA then go ahead and reseed the team? Is that how it works?
Yeah, so all the districts have to have their top seeds completed by Sunday, and then there's a seeding committee that seeds the teams for the regional tournament, and that will happen, I think, next Sunday.
Let me ask you this question as we start to move into the end of the basketball season. As I went to a number of games this year, and it's something that I talked to Mr. Hoffman about, and something that obviously that we all need to address is the fact that we need more officials.
Absolutely.
And I tell you, I was talking to a number of different officials, and they're doing 2 and 3 games a night. If someone is interested in officiating, what can we do to get them to be an official?
Well, they just need to get in touch with me, and I can put them in touch with the PNBOA, which is the Officials Association, and they will take it from there. They will do things like help people get set up with equipment, the training. They will take care of all the training, and it's really a pretty good thing to get into, because you're working with young kids. You're in a sport that's really pretty fun. And you can make some decent money doing it. So.
And not only decent money, it's really the service to the community.
Absolutely.
And I think that's why most of the guys that I've talked to over the years, just like guys who coach and want to make an impact with the kids, the officials feel the exact same way.
Absolutely. The officials, they're a great group of people. They're in it for the right reasons. They're in it for kids. They're in it for the sport that they love, and you can see the passion behind them. A lot of times these guys are in one day are doing multiple games, of running up and down the court trying to keep up with these very athletic kids. And that's not easy to do.
No.
It's not easy to do, and they really do a great job. So,
Pat, you're still having fun, and you and your staff and Tara and the folks that are really making an impact. Obviously, with the new superintendent, tell us about 2023, the academic year, and what we are doing to get more kids involved in athletics.
Yeah, well, let me start by thanking my staff because they are truly outstanding. Tara Davis.
The legendary Tara Davis.
Legendary, famous Tara Davis, and Stephanie Perez and Kalani Agarda. They are two gals in my office that do tremendous work. And then we've got Jason Rose heading up our middle school program. We're a small staff, but, we work hard and we think that we do a good job for our kids and so forth. So, and our superintendent, Dr. Brent Jones, is a great man, and he is leading our district in the right way, and we're just honored to have him as our superintendent. So, and the vision is that we want to continue on the athletic side is continue to improve, make improvements where we can. We always evaluate programs and stuff, and we're always trying to make things better. One of the things that we did this year is that we moved our basketball programs into two divisions, and we had a top tier and a bottom tier.
That makes a huge difference.
It made a great difference.
The games
this
are
year.
exciting, and the kids get a chance to compete against kids at their level.
Absolutely,
especially for basketball in particular.
Yeah, exactly. And what we found this year, this is our first year doing it, and we found exactly that one is that the games were overall really pretty competitive and close, and that brings more kids out to the games, and it gets the student body involved, and the kids feel like they're in competitive games and so forth. So it was really a positive thing from my perspective, and we're going to continue to improve it and move in the right direction to always serve our kids the best way.
Pat, when I was a kid in high school, many years ago,
me too.
And my son reminds me of that constantly. Now that he's a freshman in high school, I remember going to sleep at night sometimes and having to get my homework done and couldn't go to a game or two, and I'd have to wait till the next day to find out who won the game, either by a little small print in the newspaper. And I remember missing games. And it's amazing now how many avenues, including Rainier Avenue Radio, have provided an opportunity to present basketball. And what have your thoughts been on all this proliferation of high school athletics? We've got NFHS in here, and it's a great relationship, and they also treat us so well. And but you're able to see more contests now, and that's a way to really promote the stories of our kids in the community.
That's right. And we're trying to partner with as many groups that are positive that help support kids, and that's what we're doing. So we have great partnerships with people like you, Juan, and Tony, and Rainier Avenue Radio, and we're very, very proud of that. So anything I can do to help promote our kids and so forth, that's what I'm about. So.
The Metro League teams came out, and I just want to talk about get your thoughts. And I know that you follow all of the kids and so forth, but I tell you tonight, Katie Fiso, what a tremendous player for Garfield, and we saw it tonight. And although Lakeside did everything he did to kind of keep her out of the game, she's able to utilize her teammates and played like exactly the way an MVP is supposed to play tonight.
Absolutely, you can just tell that she's a quality player, and she makes everybody around her better. So that's a good sign.
Claire O'Connor and Mia Broom for Lakeside.
Boy,
once
are they
again,
something else?
Dynamic duo, and Claire posting everybody up and taking them down the left side of that key and making a variety of shots and all those moves inside. Mia Broom, she's just another player who can do a little bit of everything.
That's right. And it's just and now we're about to see the boys game and see what the boys can do, and that's going to be a pretty exciting time now. So
it is so much fun to connect with you. Thank you so much, my friend, for stopping by and
great
saying
to
hi to
see
us.
you. Okay.
Great to see you.
All right, and I'll see you probably at some tournament games
And
down the road.
Wherever Tony B tells me to be is where I be.
All right. All right.
Pat
Good to see you.
McCarthy,
Take care.
the commissioner, the director of athletics, but he's our commissioner, our Pete Rozelle, our Paul Tagliabue of the Metro League. And we are so glad to have him. And the man is so cares up about our kids and about athletics. Granville Emerson, I see him across the gym. Granville Emerson, a man who such a great and I know that he's not with us as much on Rainier Avenue Radio. It's the middle of basketball season, of course, but what a great leader that Granville is, and always great to catch up with him. Maybe we'll get a chance for him to come by and say hello tonight. The Rainier Beach Vikings and the Eastside Catholic Crusaders. And both of those teams weren't supposed to be here tonight. It was supposed to be the O'Day Irish taking on the Garfield Bulldogs, but the Metro League is full of hurdles and pitfalls, and you've got to bring it every night. And these two teams, I guess you can call them upsets, and I guess if you check the consistency of play, certainly the Garfield Bulldogs were the number one ranked team in the state. And am I right, Daniel? Were they undefeated? That was their first loss the other night? And Eastside Catholic was able to get by them in that ball game. And then the Rainier Beach Vikings right in front of my very eyes. And I was sitting, if I was sitting 7 or 8 feet from the floor, I mean, I was right in the second row and virtually was touching players. And I got to be honest with you, I'll tell the story, ladies and gentlemen. I was sitting right behind Nate Robinson, and I would imagine that Nate Robinson's here tonight. And Nate Robinson, and he's sitting there, and I'm going to say that he was coaching the Vikings, but he certainly was giving a lot of ideas to their team offensively. He was there. I'm sure he's here tonight, if I'm not mistaken. He'll probably be down here. Such a big supporter of Rainier Beach basketball. And we'll sit up and see if Nate Robinson is here tonight. Bill Ellaby, the guru, is here tonight, and he's wearing Nate's uniform. And what a game that was. Juan Cotto is sitting here with Daniel Bellis, and we are on your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. If we sound animated and excited, well, we are. This is the Metro League Championships. And it just was a fantastic basketball game. The Garfield Bulldogs beat the Lakeside Lions. Daniel, you said that game was going to be close. It was as good as advertised.
Yeah, we need to reset for the boys' game, so we need to go off air for a couple of bit. We'll be back at 8:30 right here on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio. Boys, Metro League Championship game, Eastside Catholic versus Rainier Beach. Join us on the boys' game in just a few minutes.